Central versus the home team, the Eagles of Leslie County. Our starting lineup first for Floyd Central at one guard, number 1, J.R. Tackett. At guard, number 42, Jake Collins. At forward, number 33, Kyle Isaac. At forward, number 20, Cameron Nelson. And at center, number 23, Brady Kahn. Floyd Central's coached by Coach Kevin Spurlock. For the home team on the scoreboard, the Eagles of Leslie County at one guard, number 3, Nick Hoskins. At guard, number 4, Darren Whitaker. At guard, number 24, Colin Smith. At forward, number 33, Tyler Dixon. And your center, number 41, Skylar Mitchell. The Eagles are coached by head coach Daniel Day. Our officials for game 2, Mike Hall, Brian Johnson, and Keith Morgan.
Announced for tonight, 13th, 14th, 15th region officials throughout the duration of the tournament, girls and boys. State tournament flavor here in the Mountain Classic.
Yeah, Earl, it's just a little something new we're trying this year, and a lot of new things. Of course, also with the new dates for the tournament, it's just been a special atmosphere. As you see Mike Hall get in the center jump circle between the contestants, and we're just about ready to start this one. And with the play-by-play of this contest, Mr. Earl Owens.
Leslie County hustling back inside. Off the glass, Mitchell no good. They follow up the rebound, lose it. Kahn's got it for the Jaguars on the baseline. And charge going to be called on Brady Kahn, the starting center for Florida Central.
Brady got into a little foul trouble. Of course, Floyd Central, I guess their biggest win on the year. They've won 3 straight, Earl, all of those being at home. But they took out Perry Central 58-50 a week ago, and Brady got in foul trouble in that game, only played about half the game. Here he quickly picks up one. It's a nice job by Whitaker to draw the charge.
Down inside, deflected basketball, but Nelson. Here come the Jaguars up top of the key. Tackett picking up the defensive assignment on him is going to be Dixon. Fires a long one. The back of the rim, no good. Rebound off to the Eagles. Smith with the ball. To the hands. Hoskins down inside. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by Leslie County.
Good post.
Back inside. They can't get it to fall. And the rebound off to J.R. Tackett. Tackett puts it up. That one rims it out. Smith with another board. Both teams getting some good looks at buckets, but early going won't fall.
Yeah, early going, Earl. You kind of got to get settled down here. I like what Coach Day has his guys for the Eagles doing. Settle it down, get a good look. Force the Floyd Central team to play a little defense. They had Mitchell down on the block. Boy, he is a wide body down there, Earl. A good look to get him some touches on the post.
At football frame, if you will.
Yeah, that's right. Going up against Kahn, that's a nice big man matchup. Man-to-man by Floyd Central. I'm sure I'll call them South Floyd a few times this evening.
Leslie will dump it to the corner. Smith along with it. It's up and good by Colin Smith.
Good
and
offense.
Leslie strikes first.
Ran the plays for about a solid minute, Earl. Got a good look. Got their team on top.
Here come the Jaguars opposite end with it.
It's like a little matchup being employed by Leslie.
Kahn with it. Will kick back now top of the key. They'll penetrate. Shots up. Sweet looking shot in there by Collins.
Hustling defense as Floyd Central gets back, and Leslie County maybe going to take a little bit of the air out of it and work deliberately, Earl.
Off the glass, up and good, and a good break to the bucket by Whitaker. Eagles back on top by 3. Deflected ball going to be picked up by Leslie County. Here come the Eagles. Dixon, full head of steam down the lane. Shots up no good, but a foul is going to be called. The winner of this one will play the winner of game number 2 tonight. The Commodores of Perry Central and the Clay County Tigers in the second semifinal on Friday night. Of course, one is already set, Jim, and it's Knott County Central, the host school, taking on Knox Central for the 13th region, and that should be a Donnybrook come first game Friday night for the semifinal. The girls' championship is slated. Free throw up and good again by Dixon as he hits both of them, and Harlan County Central, South Laurel, 2 13th region schools will square off on a Saturday evening.
It's a great, great atmosphere, Earl, and always special to be here for the Mountain Classic. See South Floyd trying to get Tackett a few looks.
A long shot up and good by J.R. Tackett.
If he gets hot, Earl, he can fill it up.
3-point goal down inside. Leslie off the glass, no good. Battling for the rebound. Kahn's got it for his Jaguars. Tackett out on the wing. A pass off. Long 3 is up and good again. This time taking a shot is going to be Ethan Smith-Mills. Nails that 3, and Floyd Central takes their first lead of the night.
Smith-Mills can come off the bench, Earl, really give them a impetus from the offensive end. He was a freshman high scorer for Allen Central last year.
Smith along with opposite end, no good. Rebound, Tackett, a 1-point lead for the Jaguars, and they can capitalize on it. Baseline corner and a long 3, count it. That one up and good from Brady Kahn, shooting it from 3 land. Nope, excuse me. It was Isaac who was checked in, Kyle Isaac. Number 33 and on 23.
Yep, 9-0 run here now by the Floyd Central Jaguars. 3 straight 3-pointers by the guys on the perimeter.
Inside, the ball comes to Smith, passes out. Here's along with Leslie County, no good. And Kahn with a rebound. And right now, Jaguars going to war on the boards.
Pass.
Shot is up and good. Kyle Isaac gets the shot up and good.
Beautiful feed by Tackett. Doesn't have to look at that basketball, Earl. He's got his head up the entire time. Saw his teammate free on the break.
Step back jump shot up and good by Whitaker of the Eagles, and gets Leslie back on the board for the first time in quite some time.
Whitaker, a standout player for Leslie, Earl. Broke his leg last year, unable to play, and that really hurt the team. He's back in the lineup now, and that's going to make the Eagles that much better.
Tackett along went off the glass, no good. Long ball chased down by Smith. Smith to Whitaker. Whitaker down inside, and charge going to be called. 13-9 your score as Floyd Central has the 4-point lead on the Eagles of Leslie County. 13-9. Floyd Central with a 4-point lead in the basketball. 2 minutes and some change left. Feet on the block this time.
They've inserted Dylan Caudill into the lineup, Earl. He can really bring the motor to the inside game.
Long one from the corner, going to be off to Mark Smith with a rebound. Leslie County, a chance to cut into the 4-point lead. Floyd Central down inside Dixon. Backs back out of there. Now he'll take it on in. The little leaner. It rattles through. That's 4 for Dixon here in the opening quarter of play.
Taking it right at the big guy, Earl, trying to draw some fouls on those guys. Not a bad idea.
13-11. Floyd Central with the lead in ball. Swish up and good by Brady Kahn. Little step back jumper that time, and Kahn gets it to fall through.
Well, he's got the outside game as well, Earl, but a nice matchup. Skylar Mitchell, Brady Kahn on the inside. You see Mitchell there. He'll move to the high post. He'll try to rub and then send him low.
Down the lane, off the glass, Dixon, no. Rebound by Kahn, opposite side. Let's talk about the coaches here. Day, here's a long one up and good by Tackett again. His second 3, give him 6 here in the quarter. Daniel Day, a very successful basketball player for the Eagles. Had a lot of success in this tournament a few years ago. Kevin Spurlock's wanted as a coach. A couple of different teams have made it.
Yep.
All the way to the final for Coach Spurlock.
Well, it's a special atmosphere. I always love it when a past player comes in, Earl, and takes charge with the situation. You saw your man Robert Markham come in at Clay County and be able to come in there after Coach Spurlock left. I think that really added some things to Clay, and of course they've got Glenn Gray doing some great things with a young squad now.
Rebound is going to be picked up by Kahn. Kahn with the ball over. Right side comes to Tackett. Tackett breaks free throw line.
I think JR's got to realize he can get his shot off pretty much any time. They've lost him on defense.
Nice drive to the bucket by Jacob Collins that time. And Floyd Central's open up to a 9-point lead here this evening, 20-11.
Yeah, it was 7-2, Leslie, at one point. So you've seen the 18-4 run here, Earl, by this Floyd Central team. Looks like they'll go for one if we go inside 10 seconds.
Whitaker will drive in, passes to Mitchell. Mitchell lost the handle on it and not going to get a shot off. After one, it's Floyd Central 20, Leslie County 11. Second quarter of play set to begin, a 9-point lead for the Jaguars. Floyd Central on the Leslie County Eagles. And of course, we'd like to thank our education sponsor, Appalachian Wireless, proud supporter of academics in Eastern Kentucky. Jim Frazier, Earl Owens courtside, game number 2 of the evening.
Floyd Central on an 18-4 run here, Earl. It's really spread out the lead.
That one is up and no good. Rebound off to running Dixon for the Eagles. Knocked away from behind. He's able to go back, Jim, and retrieve it. Works the baseline all the way to the bucket.
6 for Tyler Dixon. I like the young man's game, Earl, and you simply have to get in front of that kid because he has a great quick first step, takes it to the bucket. They clear the side for JR here.
What a play by Tackett that time. 8 points for him here in the first half of play.
Like
Floyd Central's had some great success all over the floor shooting the ball.
They surely have. Look like they're kind of in a little bit of a point drop zone.
This shot by the Eagles.
Tough matchup out front here for Hoskins against Tackett.
Another big shot up and good.
Ethan Smith-Mills, Earl, with his 5th point. He's a left-hander. Tackett, the right-hander, able to get on that left side of the lane and maneuver it in, put it into the hoop. But they've got some guys that can really sky on their jump shot, this Floyd Central.
Long one up, no good about Leslie County. Floyd Central couldn't hang on to the rebound. Well, they're going to say off of Leslie County.
Yeah.
Last touch by the Eagles.
Little full court pressure here by Leslie. Good spacing here offensively. He can hit it.
That would have fallen short. Jaguars get it back up off the glass. No good. Rebound this time by Smith. Shot taken that time by Cameron Nelson wouldn't fall in. And Smith of Leslie County with a rebound. And Darren Whitaker with the ball. Free throw line and just about has to go up with it. And that time, kind of good fortune came to him, Jim, when he went up.
Well, they call it a block on the playground, but not here on this court. That's going to be a foul as the foul goes against Ethan Smith-Mills, his first. And now Darren Whitaker looking for his 5th point.
And he gets it. First points Leslie has had in a number of moments.
Going to have to try to cut this lead down, Earl. We have our media break inside 4 minutes of the second quarter. Let's see if they can get some stops, get this lead down to 4 or 5.
Second one rims out, and here come Florida County deflected ball. Picked back up by the Jaguars.
J.R. Tackett, the facilitator as well, Earl, but he can get his jump shot at the perimeter of this zone pretty easily. He gets a lot of height on his jumper. Good feed.
Tackett feeds on the post. Shots up and good by Kahn underneath. 4 for him.
Good spacing once again, Earl. I guess that's the AAU game. You get some spacing out of that game if you don't.
And a lot of shooters.
Yeah, a lot of shooters.
Bingo. A big 3 by the Eagles as Darren Whitaker busted from the top of the key. Trims it back down to 9 now. Here's a long one opposite end, no good. With the board is going to be Whitaker. Nice play to Adams. Baseline jumper doesn't fall. Fighting for the rebound. Whitaker's got it. Behind the back pass comes to Smith. Here's one from 3 land. It's up and good.
3-point goal, Colin Pennington.
Saw Pennington hit that one, Earl, and Leslie back within 6 and forced the turnover.
42.
Coach Kevin Spurlock wants a timeout as the Eagles have cut it down to 6, a 30-second timeout. Be sure to stop by and pick up your free Mountain Classic program in the lobby when you come over to the Morton Combs Athletic Complex, courtesy of our friends of Wolf Williams and Reynolds. And these programs are fabulous once again.
Yes, Earl, I tell you, it tells the story of the 31-year history of the legendary Mountain Classic. And just a lot of special memories, of course. Earl, really want to tip our hat to the fine folks here at Knott Central High School. It's the great hospitality that they always show here, as well as Perry Central. It's a great marriage for the Mountain Classic to have both the communities of Knott Central and Perry Central get involved in an alternate basis. This is, of course, going to be the only year where Perry had a tournament and Knott had the tournament, okay? One in January, the other in December, but just a lot of fun for us. And I will say this, our men, Josh McKinney, Tanner Hesterberg, a couple of years ago at the Final Four with the University of Kentucky, they said, hey, the hospitality room at the Mountain Classic's better than they got at the Final Four. So
I believe that.
It's a special treat.
Yes, it is, and both schools do a wonderful job.
It's Daniel Day now wanting his guys to be deliberate. If they could get a good shot here, Earl, cut it to 3 or 4.
A little fade away from the baseline is going to be up and good by Whitaker, and they've got it down to 4 now. That's 10 for Whitaker here in the first half of play.
Yeah, Earl, he's gotten it going quickly, and full court pressure's forced a few turnovers. I think Floyd Central going to have to keep attacking once they beat the press.
Again, you stop your play, and it gives that other team a chance to just reach in and take it away from you. Here's a long one from the corner, no good. By the Eagles. Here come the Jaguars. Opposite side from the free throw line, no good. Nice rebound by Kahn, back up and in.
That's probably where Floyd Central could really begin to get better over the course of the year. The big man Kahn, if he gets assertive in the middle.
Pennington, another long one, no good. Smith with a rebound. Up chopped, here's a long one. The back of the iron, no good. And a rebound this time is going to be cleared by Tyler Dixon. Or not Dixon, excuse me, Kyle Isaac. And it goes out of bounds. 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. A 6-point lead for the Jaguars of Floyd to Kelly. (28-22). Leslie down by 6. They have the basketball. In play to Nick Hoskins. Hoskins at the stripe. Running mate back there. Pennington from the right-hand corner of your screen.
Critical 3 moments in this basketball game, Earl. Let's mark it. 6-point spread here. Can Leslie maybe cut even further into the lead? We talked about could they get it down to 5 or 6. They've done that.
Long three, they get it down to 3. Shot taken by Chase Adams. Adams nails it. Down to 3 now with 2:40 remaining.
I think Coach Day and his squad done a great job cutting into this big lead here. And now Coach Spurlock will have his guys sort of bring the ball out a little bit. See Daniel Day there. He's wanting his guys to put the hands up. I think they need to get some touches down in the post.
On spin move. Nice shot. Wouldn't fall. Rebound off into the hands of Hoskins. Hoskins to Pennington. To Dixon.
Yeah, I like the way Dixon plays that time. He couldn't go up with Kahn, simply blocked him out. I think Kahn's got to realize he can get his shot off pretty easily on the inside.
Smith no good. Rebound. Leslie back to Smith to Pennington. Baseline quarter 3, and we're tied at 28.
Great comeback.
What was once an 11-point lead. Down in the hands on the left side.
J.R. Tackett had 2 3-pointers in the first quarter, only 1 bucket here. They rely on him to come up with about 20 a game, so I want to see if J.R. could get himself going here. He can get his shot off at the point of that zone. Great feed.
On inside, a nice look pass from Tackett. It's up and good, 30-28. That is 8 for big man on the block tonight.
Now, Earl, as we get down, this has been a pretty hotly contested game on both ends. You wonder about conditioning as we get deeper into this game towards the second half. Both teams playing awfully hard on both ends.
54 seconds. Spin move by
Good
Dixon.
move.
Dixon kicks back to Smith, works the baseline. Cut off, will come back top to Pennington.
The Floyd Central folks wanted to travel. Don't get it.
They're going to get the ball back nonetheless on the turnover. 44.5 seconds. The Jaguars get the ball back with a 2-point lead.
You know, I kind of thought this full court pressure would be easily broken by Floyd Central, but no, Leslie County's gotten back in the game with this.
Pennington down the lane, off the glass. We're tied at 30.
Pennington making a strong bid for Subway sub of the game, Earl. 8 points, all of those coming in this second quarter when his team desperately needed it.
He's been instant offense. Nice move down, shots up and good. Nice drive and put in by Ethan Smith-Mills. Leslie County will have the final shot if they elect to take it here, Jim. Down by 2, and what will the Eagles do? Whitaker with it. Whitaker down to the free throw line. Going to be bumped and fouled with 4.3 seconds. Just the 4th team foul on Floyd Central. Only 1 on Leslie County. 5 fouls here in the first half of play.
That's right, Earl. Now let's remember, you could waste some fouls here.
Yeah.
And you may not get a shot on goal if you're Leslie County.
And it don't matter. It's loose, and there's your half. At the half, it's Floyd Central 32, Leslie County 30. This is the WYMT Wayne Supply and Mountain Basketball Classic presented by Food City and sponsored by your local Kentucky Farm Bureau agents. 32-30. We are at the half. Kentucky Farm Bureau at half, and want to thank our T-shirt sponsor this year, the Bank of Heinemann, and watch for your chance to grab a free T-shirt. Now, Carly has been tossing those out into the crowd here, Jim. A bunch of the ball games.
The fans love it.
Classic. A lot of people getting some free shirts.
Yeah, free shirts, and it's a fun atmosphere here at the Mountain Classic, Earl. We'll recap the individual scoring here. First for Leslie County, we're at the break, 32-30. Floyd Central leads it. They were led in scoring by Darren Whitaker, 10 points. Off the bench, strong play for the Subway sub of the game, Cullen Pennington, 8 points, all of those coming in the second quarter. 6 points to Tyler Dixon, and 3 each for Chase Adams and Colin Smith on three-pointers. For Floyd Central, the balance has been there. 8 points for J.R. Tackett and Brady Kahn, 7 for Ethan Smith-Mills off the bench, and Jake Collins with 4. Kyle Isaacs also with 5 points for the Floyd Central Jaguars. We're here at the break. We're going to take a break, and then we'll return with more here at the Mountain Classic. You're watching it from the complex.
Kentucky Farm Bureau at the half. It's Earl Owens and Jim Frazier as we celebrate here at the Morton Combs Athletic Complex in beautiful Heinemann, Kentucky. The original site some 31 years ago of this beloved tournament. And what a good one we've had, 32-30. Jimmy at the half between Floyd Central, Leslie County. Floyd Central had a double-digit lead. Leslie, the Eagles, kept soaring back to come to cut it down to 2, and we're looking forward to a pretty good second half of play, too.
I think so, Earl. We saw that 18-4 run that Floyd Central hit Leslie County with. They pushed that lead up to 11, 12 points. We felt like maybe could Leslie County come in and sort of chip away at that. Coach Daniel Day, he had his kids do that. They cut it off about 6 points in about half of the quarter, the other 6 in the other half. So here we are, 32-30, anybody's ball game, Earl. And I think what a lot of coaches would tell you, awfully critical to get a good start here in this second half. Whichever team does pretty good, maybe get a 5, 6, 7 point lead, maybe that's enough to win this.
Yeah, you're right. I think that has a whole lot to do with the momentum swing in the second half. But, of course, the second game coming up tonight, Jim, the Clay County Tigers and the Perry Central Commodores. Commodores, both teams with a lot of great talent on them, and
Well,
two teams that have won a lot of tournaments.
Well, that crowd shot there, you're going to see Russ Farmer, right? As he takes a look, and his son's going to be involved in the game. I believe that's Connor Farmer. Is that right, a freshman?
A freshman, and also another young member from that state championship team, Charlie Robinson's son, Connor Robinson, out there playing as well. And you got a former Tiger and Shannon Hoskins, who went to the state tournament with Clay County and won the YMT with the Tigers, the head coach on the opposing side. So the roots run deep, and Hoskins Commodores come in, Jim, a very good ball team. Noah back is back for that club.
Yeah.
Noah's a great shooter, and you can remember a couple of years ago, he was the guy that really burnt the Clay County Tigers when they met in the tournament, and Perry Central had a huge win over them.
Yeah.
He ended up with about 23 points in that second half and just kept lining it up from downtown Hindman back when they met over here. So going to be some exciting fun, and then the semifinals on Friday night, and girls championship game slated all ready for Saturday, and we've got a consolation round. Just a superb fun time here at the Classic. 32-30 at the half. Floyd Central on top of Leslie County. Getting ready to start the third quarter of play, 32-30, as Floyd Central has a 2-point lead on the Leslie County Eagles from the Morton Combs Athletic Complex on the campus of Knox County Central High School at Hindman, Kentucky. Get a shot of the Eagles there with their final preparations back in the huddle with Coach Day and company.
Leslie County won the tournament, Earl, in 2006 in overtime, 78-72. MVP of the tournament, Quentin Morgan. But I believe Daniel Day was a member of that squad, was he not?
Pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was a member of that team there.
So he's been in the winner's circle for the Mountain Classic. Of course, Kevin Spurlock, his head coach, has been in the winner's circle here as well. Most recently in Perry Central, but also with Hazard. So trying to take another team to the title. Both of these coaches familiar with being in the winner's circle, but the players are not, so we'll see what happens. And I think
here we go.
Real key, Earl, first few minutes of this second half. Let's see what happens to our first media break. Be inside 4 minutes of the third quarter with the 2-point spread here. Floyd Central with the lead, Leslie with the ball.
Out inside, Leslie off the glass, up and good by Whitaker. We're tied at 32. A score instantly, 12 points for Whitaker here in the ball game.
press is giving Floyd Central some problems.
Out inside, they move now top of the key baseline. Little soft jumpers up and good. Smooth shot that time by Kyle Isaac.
Isaac was able to get free for 5 points in the first quarter, Earl, but couldn't find the open jumper in the second quarter. Buries that one. 2-point lead, Floyd.
Smith a long three. This one off the mark, no good. Tapped around and to the hands of Isaac. Isaac over to his running mate, Tackett. Tackett, nice look at it. It's up and good of a Tackett.
He can get his shot off on most guards in the Mountains, Earl, pretty easily. I think when Floyd Central gets in trouble trying to get some baskets, they can go to him.
4-point lead now. Floyd Central stretches it back up.
I think they need to get that young man involved, Tyler Dixon. He can really dribble it, make a good first step. Floyd with a nice job cutting him off.
Back up top. Down inside now, the leader, and a foul is going to be called. Going to the free throw line will be Darren Whitaker for the Eagles. Floyd Central a 4-point lead, 6:35. Just getting the third quarter play started here.
You know, Earl, I always preface, my scoring is always unofficial, but I think this will be the first foul shot of the ball game.
It's up, no good, comes off. Well, it's amazing, only 5 total fouls in the first half of play. Second one up, and this one falls through for Mr. Whitaker. Cuts it down to 3 now. Floyd Central with the basketball. Tackett on the move, double team, gets out of it, passes over, long 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound, put back up, no good. Rebound this time, Kahn, no good. And Kahn is going to be fouled, and Kahn will make a trip to the charity stripe.
Offensive glass, always critical, Earl, in the route to victory. And you saw there Floyd Central, they've got the size advantage, Earl, but really Leslie was able to do an outstanding job blocking out in that first half, and the rebounding advantage really wasn't Floyd Central's. But on that offensive possession, you saw Kahn and his teammates keep battling, looking to go 2 for 2 from the line, only 1 of 2.
Shots up no good. A rebound off to the Eagles. Smith down inside. Shots no good, but whistle. Foul is going to be called on Collins. Leslie will put the ball in play underneath their own bucket. 2 team fouls on Floyd Central, 1 on Leslie. Pennington back in the ball game. Dixon, a nice spin move. Look at the bucket. Shots up and good.
Need to get him involved. That's his 8th point. And of course, off the made bucket, able to set up the full court pressure. Cullen Pennington, number 25 for Leslie, has been tremendous.
Long one from the corner is up, no good. Put back by Kahn is up and good. And Kahn, the super custodian that time, cleaning the glass, putting it back up. Soft touch. Back up to a 4-point lead are the Jaguars.
Assistant coach Sean Hager got him out on the football field this year, Earl. He was playing a little tight end for the Jags, but I think playing the pivot, really his comfortable slot, certainly with an opportunity to play at the college level.
Coach Day is going to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout for Leslie County.
Probably a pretty good timeout there for Coach Day, because they really haven't been, it's not so much about what we're doing on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, we've given up a couple of easy baskets, some of those second chance opportunities here, and that's going to hurt you at the beginning of the second half. You see Kevin Spurlock going through the instructions with his team. See number 11 in the huddle there, Dylan Caudle, number 10, Ethan Smith-Mills. Those boys played for Allen Central, Earl, where they're premier scorers for the Rebels. So when Floyd Central substitutes, they come in with somebody who's just as good and really can quickly do some things on both the offensive and defensive ends. I like the idea by Coach Spurlock. He said the players have bought in.
Leslie County nearly turns it over. Open 3, it's up and good by Darren Whitaker.
Certainly you can see the loss of Darren Whitaker last year, Earl, with the broken leg meant something for Leslie County. He's got 16. How much better would they have been with him last year? Wow.
Incredible player, Dixon with the steal. Dixon down inside, pushes over to the right side.
Good realization, didn't have it. Now he gets his big man on the block.
Mitchell, hook shot up, no good. Battling for the rebound. Smith has got it. Fadeaway jumper, baseline, no good. Kahn pulls it off for the Jaguars. A 1-point lead, and now Tackett coast to coast, count the bucket. And J.R. Tackett going to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three.
J.R. Tackett was the premier scorer for South Floyd, Earl, last year. So that's one of the aspects about having the Mountain Classic here in December. I mean, the teams are just now meshing, just getting together. Certainly they'll be much better in another 4 or 5 weeks.
Free throws up and good by Tackett.
I like the way J.R. centers his foul shot. I always like that 1 foot forward rather than 2 feet at the same spot. I think 2 feet at the same spot, the old way, tends to have the shooter fall off to his shooting side. If you're a right-hander, it falls off right. If you're a left-hander, it falls off left.
Dixon with the basketball.
Do the double stacks on the high post, Earl. You've seen that as a tribute to your man, Bobby Keith.
Teams rent it as good as it's ever been ran. Inside, off the glass, shot's going to be up and good. Smith with the bucket. It's 42-40 now. Kahn, a nice shot, just wouldn't fall in. A little front ends it, pops off, rebound off to Dixon. Dixon, right wing, gets it up top into the hands of Whitaker.
Yeah, once again, Dixon didn't have the numbers. Brightly brings the ball out. They'll set up these double stacks on the high post, try to get a good look like they did the last trip.
Baseline, Smith with it. They just kind of work it around the horn, do the Eagles.
Forcing Floyd Central to play defense for a little longer than perhaps they might want.
Dixon down inside to Mitchell off the glass. It's up and good, and we're tied at 42.
Skylar Mitchell's first basket. They don't really rely on him for a lot of points, Earl, but there he comes in and is able to get it.
Foul is going to be called.
Fouls on number 3.
3:04 remaining, third quarter of play. We're tied at 42. Tied one here, Jim, as Floyd Central with the basketball. Down inside, a low pass is deflected. Last touch by the Eagles of Leslie County.
Yeah, they get Tyler Dixon with the kick there, Earl, and now Floyd Central will try to inbound from underneath their own bucket and get a good look. This game awfully tough contested on both ends, Earl. You wonder, will conditioning be a factor in the fourth quarter?
Deflected ball by Dixon.
The official, Mike Hall, there with the basketball. The officials, Mike Hall, Brian Johnson, and Keith Morgan.
Long inland pass. Comes into Isaac. Isaac to Tackett. Tackett free throw line, no good. Battling for the rebound. It's knocked loose, and Dixon saves it in. It's on the floor loose. Tie up. Possession arrow. Keeps it with Floyd Central. Good hustle by both teams, though. Wanting this one, Jim. Going after it.
Yeah, you can see the want to on the face of every player in this game. They really want to advance to the Final Four of the Mountain Classic.
Tackett finds a long, wide open three. Shot taken in there by Isaac. No good. A rebound by Floyd Central. Shots up, but a clear out underneath.
Basket will count. I think it's going to be a foul on Mitchell.
Yep.
Basket was good. Foul is on number 41, Skylar Mitchell. That's the second team forward.
Now count the basket, 44-42. And a foul going to be called on Leslie. Kahn gets the inbound play.
Could be a 5-point trip here, Earl. 42-42 when they started this possession.
Mitchell with a steal. Into the hands of Whitaker. Whitaker passes off underneath, a low pass to the big fella. Too low for him to grab. Central gets the ball to Tackett, 44-42.
Have a tennis shoe down on the court there as one of the Leslie County guys will go pick it up. Boy, I tell you, Darren Whitaker's an excellent ball player. He's got 16 points in the game, but he's going to need both shoes.
Yep. Kind of comes in handy, doesn't it?
Going to need both shoes. Young man has 6 points in this third quarter. J.R. Tackett with 5 in the third quarter. Both those kids really playing hard. Great matchup out front in the Mountain Classic.
Tackett underneath. Passes back out. A long two, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell. 44-42. Here come the Eagles to the free throw line. Little stop pop. That one might have been partially blocked in there, Jim. Someone had a hand on that one. Tackett gets the rebound. Up the court comes running.
Great matchup.
Beautiful inside. Shot won't fall, but a nice pass into Mills. And Mills will go to the free throw line as it's a 2-point lead for Floyd Central, where it was at the half, 44-42.
Mills just a sophomore, Earl.
It's
going to be a dandy.
Short. Yep. Seems like every time you and I do games, we got some very youthful young kids out there that become great players. Second one is up, no good. Battling for the rebound. Smith has got it. Up the court to his running mate. Doesn't like the odds, and wisely Nick Hoskins backs it back out.
Well, we've seen that on the part of all these Leslie County guys. If they don't have the ad, they pull it back out to get a better shot.
Here's a long one. A pull-up three, no good.
Great block out by Isaac.
Tackett with a basketball to the left side. Inside they go now to Kahn. Kahn, a nice spin move off the glass, up and good.
Excellent idea by Kyle Isaac. Saw his big man with an opportunity down low, gets it to him. 2-possession game now for Floyd Central. I feel like the biggest lead either team may get in this last quarter may be 4 points.
Smith with a basketball. Now working into Dixon. Dixon down the lane, off the glass. Nice move in there by Tyler Dixon.
He's one of those guys that's sneaky fast, Earl, you know, particularly off the dribble. And he was able, I think, to surprise Kahn with the quickness, put it on the banking board for 2.
Smith with the basketball.
Do they realize there's only 7 ticks?
Tackett 3. Big shot by J.R. Tackett to expire the third quarter of play. And after 3, it's a Floyd Central 49, Leslie County 44. Fourth and final quarter of play. It's a 49-44. Floyd Central up with the lead. Leslie with the basketball. Pittington back into the lineup. Dixon. Tell you what, Floyd Central coming out, Jim, really playing some in-your-face defense to begin the fourth quarter.
Surely are. That tough man-to-man. I guess maybe defense. Both of these coaches, they've been in the winner's circle of the Mountain Classic. They know defense wins championships. Get you to advance.
Dixon down inside. Leader off the glasses. Up and good by Dixon.
Go by Tyler Dixon.
12 for Dixon. Open man from the baseline corner right side. Huge three-pointer by Kyle Isaac is up and good.
Isaac with some timely buckets. He's got 10. A couple of nice assists and some rebounds here in this second half particularly.
Pennington with a basketball. This has been the largest lead for Floyd Central in the second half of play, and Leslie will throw it away. Floyd Central gets the ball back.
See Coach Kevin Spurlock there. His full court pressure by Leslie County caused some problems, particularly in the second quarter. Close to an over and back there, but you saw Kahn come over with just 1 foot and then go back into the backcourt. That's not a violation. Used to be in the day, but not anymore. You have to have both feet over.
Yep. Down inside, Kahn, a big bucket.
Nice feed as well by Tackett. Both those guys played together for South Floyd and in the clutch moments looking for one another. And Coach Daniel Day going to call a quick timeout here, Earl. I think he feels it slipping away a little bit.
Yeah, Floyd Central goes up to an 8-point lead, and that's going to be a full timeout. So Floyd Central advances it up to 8. 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the ball game. Still plenty of time. I don't think there's a single-digit lead safe until there's about 2 seconds left with
Right.
the way kids shoot the three. And as you mentioned last night, everybody's a shooter nowadays, Jim.
They really are, Earl. I agree with you 100%. And, of course, just look at the situation here. We were tied at 42, so it's a little 12-4 run here for Floyd Central. Of course, basketball, a game of runs. They hit Leslie County with an 18-4 run in the first half. Leslie able to weather it, battle back, get the game tied. But, you know, sometimes, Earl, you keep climbing that hill. You keep climbing that hill, and if you don't get over the top, then sometimes you just don't have enough to get back up there again, as we see Coach Day going over the instructions with his team. They can certainly shoot the three, can Leslie. Have them unofficially, Earl, with 6 threes in the game. So, like you talk about, man, the shooters, you can fill it up in a hurry and cut that lead in a hurry. We saw Cullen Pennington with 8 points in the second quarter alone. See him getting ready to inbound the basketball there, but he's a kid that can score the ball. Coach Day wanting him in the lineup.
They'll put the ball back in play. Whitaker over to Smith. Smith inside to Dixon. Dixon double team. Passes top of the key 3. It's up and good, just the 2. As Foot was on the line. And Leslie's cut it back down to 6 now. It's a 6-minute mark. Long one from the other side. 3 no good. Smith with a rebound. Gets out of heavy traffic. Cross courts it to Dixon, to Pennington. Pennington down inside. Passes back out. Long one up. Rattling off. Rebounded by Kahn.
Tough shooting luck for Nick Hoskins there, Earl.
Back it down inside. Passes to Collins on the baseline. No good. A whistle.
They're going to get
Kahn with a foul underneath.
Still only his second foul, personal foul, Earl.
13 foul. Leslie's committed 5 here.
Not going to be a whole lot of foul shooting in this game. Doesn't look like, Earl. Going to have to earn every bucket. Love the movement away from the ball here by Leslie County.
Long to baseline inside, double team. Dixon's got it for 3, no good. Long rebound, chased up by Kahn, 54-48. Floyd Central with the basketball. Tackett lost it, but regained the handle on it. Nice move, but blocked from behind by Dixon. Dixon up the floor and to the hands of Whitaker.
Nice transition by Floyd.
Smith 3, no good. And Leslie's shots just aren't falling. Good looking shots, they won't fall in. Opposite side, nice head fake. Shot is up and good by Mills, and he'll have a chance at the old-fashioned 3. 11 for him, the sophomore, going for his 12th point. 56-48, back up to an 8-point advantage for the Jags.
Beautiful feed that time by J.R. Tackett. Hit his man Ethan filling the lane. Ethan with a nice job of patience under the bucket to get the basket and draw the foul, but they can't hit the foul shots.
Down inside, off the glass, count the bucket for Leslie County's Whitaker, and he'll go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned 3. Cuts it back down to 6, and opportunity to get it back down to 5 now. 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the contest. Of course, we will have our media timeout coming up. First opportunity here, Jake, at the under 4 media timeout, and that's a little bit longer, gives the teams a chance to rest.
It does, Earl, and you can sort of feel Leslie County's not going away here, not with terrific players like Darren Whitaker and Tyler Dixon playing bigger than their size offensively and defensively.
Eagles put it up on the old-fashioned 3. They've cut it back down to 5 now. They go inside to Kahn, and a whistle. No shot. Foul before the shot. I'll get that one on number 21. Sizemore of the Eagles will be whistled for the foul. That's the 7th for Leslie County. So Kahn will be at the free throw line. Bonus time. Nope, misses that one. Battling for the rebound. Sizemore gets it into the hands of Whitaker. Whitaker kicks back, a long 3, no good. Rebound picked up by Whitaker. Whitaker Into the corner to Dixon. He works down the baseline, double teamed. Nice save by Sizemore, long three. It's up and good by Darren Whitaker. 56-54 as Leslie County's cut it back down to 2.
You saw the reaction there by Daniel Day with his point guard, Darren Whitaker, and tremendous performance by that young man, Earl. Unofficially have him with 22, leading scorer in the game. And this was just a few moments ago when it was an 8-point spread. And Leslie County, you can sort of feel them getting ready for that next big run. And they're coming at Floyd Central right now.
Floyd Central calls a full timeout, Jim. So here's what's going to happen. We'll have the media timeout still to come.
Yeah.
And Leslie County with their full timeout still in their hip pocket. And I think Floyd Central's got a 30 left and a full left too.
Oh, I tell you, both bands playing, alternating, getting things going. Cheerleaders loving it. Big crowd on hand. Of course, we've got one more to come.
Yes, we do.
Perry Central, Clay County waiting in the wings. I look across the way and see the Clay County Tigers, Earl, getting ready to hit the floor when this one's over. But we've got plenty of action here as Floyd Central leads it by 2. Floyd led it by 9, 20-11. At the end of 1 by 2 at half, 32-30. Coming into the fourth frame, it was 49-44. Floyd Central with the 5-point lead. They pushed it up to 8. 2-point spread right now. And with the call of these final 4 minutes, Earl Owens.
Here we go as Tackett gets the inbounding play. Down on the wing, Smith takes a long one, no good. Kahn put back, no good. Battling for it, Leslie. A great effort that time trying to save the ball in play, but I think it's going to stay with Floyd Central.
Yeah.
Media timeout, 3:54 remaining, 56-54. The Jags with the lead. Floyd Central inbounding the basketball. Comes in high. Hands to Mills. Back to Tackett. 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Clock winds. Tackett inside to Kahn. Kahn front ends it. No good. Battling for the rebound. Dixon has got it. Into the hands of Hoskins. Hoskins. Pass off to Smith. To Whitaker, 3, no good. Battling for it. Kahn takes it. Knocked away. Picked back up by Tackett. Floyd's got the numbers. Tackett spinning to the bucket. Off the glass. Nice move by J.R. Tackett.
Yeah, he can really elevate Earl, and he realized the young man on him couldn't go up with him on his shot. Patient. Used the basket as a shield. Puts it home for a big basket for Floyd Central.
Dixon, open 3, no good, out of bounds, back over to Floyd Central. And the Jags build a 4-point lead.
Nora, we've seen Kyle Isaac score 10 points, but that time with the excellent weak side rebounding positioning, Leslie County player had to come over him, knocked it out of bounds, so Floyd Central gets another opportunity here.
And they throw it away. Tackett was trying a no-look pass to Isaac.
You see Coach Kevin Spurlock. He knows his guy wants to share the basketball, but he's saying, please don't do it. Please don't do it. They want to win this game. This would be, of course, the first victory in the Mountain Classic in the history of the school.
Whitaker takes it down inside. Shots up, blocked in there.
Nice job by Leslie hustling back, Earl. Even though they were behind the play, you saw 3 white shirts hustle, force Floyd to reset. They're getting their shots on the dotted line for Brady Kahn.
Kahn's shot's no good, but it's going to be fouled, and Brady Kahn will go to the free throw line.
It's a good call by Mike Hall. I know he was the official on the outside, but Kahn, when he went up, Earl, got hit in the side of the head. Let's take a look here at your Harlan County Tourism instant replay. You see him get hit on the side of the head. Mike Hall, the one official who was able to see that.
Kahn counts the free throw, back up to a 5-point lead for the Jaguars, 59-54.
Kahn only 1 of 3 from the foul line.
Dylan Connell is going to come in, and out is going to come Isaac.
Kahn has 16 points. Looking for number 17. Still, though, Earl, 2-possession game, no matter if he makes or misses.
Shots up and good by Kahn. 60-54. Eagles with the ball. Dixon, top of the key. Now they go wing corner. Floyd Central is going to be whistled for the foul, their 5th team foul.
Still got a couple to give, though, so no one individual in foul trouble. So that is the team 5th, I believe. So still got 1 to give before they would put Leslie in the bonus.
Pennington in to Whitaker. Darren Whitaker with the ball.
Yeah, I think you got to have the ball in the hands of number 4, Darren Whitaker, and I think Daniel Day calling timeout here.
32nd timeout by Coach Day. Would like to thank our education sponsor, Appalachian Wireless, proud support of academics in Eastern Kentucky here at the Classic.
Good timeout by Coach Daniel Day. You know, we've seen Leslie County be real successful offensively off a timeout, Earl. Kids have really done a good job in following Coach Daniel Day wants them to do. It's a 2-possession game, but as we go inside a couple of minutes, every possession critical. Coach Day now using that timeout. Try to get his guys set. Coach Kevin Spurlock inserted number 11, Dylan Cottle, into the action, and I think Cottle kind of the defensive stopper. Quarterback on the football team.
We'll see what the Eagles can plan and execute here, Jim.
Looks like it's man-to-man by Floyd Central.
Dixon's got it up top. Dixon, spin move in the paint, kicks in a corner. Pennington wide open 3. He nails it. Big shot by Pennington. 11.
Subway sub of the game already locked up, and that's Cullen Pennington.
Yep. And we got a whistle timeout, 32nd timeout by Coach Spurlock and the Jags. 3-point lead by Floyd Central, 60-57. This has been a very exciting first game of the boys tonight, and we anticipate another one after this. And Perry Central, Clay County coming up.
I believe they have taken the full timeout. Now, let's see, it's just going to be the 30.
Yeah.
But both of these teams, both of these coaches working awfully hard here, and possessions at the premium. Coach Kevin Spurlock got the timeout there. His team up by 3 with the basketball. You see assistant coach Sean Hager, head football coach, got his head in the middle of the huddle there. Students listen attentively. And the officials getting the players out of the huddle. Everybody working hard, Earl, at the 31st Annual Mountain Classic.
Going to be an exciting finish. We are in store for just 1:33 remaining in it. Here we go. Tackett with the basketball.
Hard to double team him, Earl.
Loses it, but it's going to be off of Leslie County. Remains Jag ball. With 1:28 remaining, Leslie County, 18 fouls, 5 against Floyd Central. And I do believe the possession arrow is in favor of Floyd Central. The turnover, Leslie County's going to get it back.
This Leslie County team will not quit. And number 33, Tyler Dixon, we saw him in front of us here, Earl. The sweat-soaked jersey. Don't really see it in that white there, but young man's been tremendous.
Whistle a hold on Floyd Central, so that will be their 6th team foul.
Going to be a great finish, Earl, but I'm telling you, if I'm Daniel Day, I want my young man Cullen Pennington to get at least one look. He's got 3 3-pointers in this game, and I think Coach Day is going to call the timeout and try to line something up for the young man Cullen Pennington.
1:16 remaining and the contest. Be sure to pick up your free Mountain Classic program in the lobby when you come to the Morton Combs Athletic Complex, courtesy of Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds. Looking for Miss Carlino's T-shirts. She's taking a break on us. Yeah, she'll be back for the next game. Of course, T-shirt sponsor this year, the Bank of Hindman. Each and every ball game, we'll be tossing out those Mountain Classic T-shirts to members of the crowd.
It's just been a great evening. And now, Earl, the senior coming off the bench, Cullen Pennington. Coach Daniel Day gets the timeout. I believe you'll probably see him line up in the stack on the far side. And let's see if Coach Day can get an open look. Of course, others that he wants to handle the ball, 33, Tyler Dixon, number 4, Darren Whitaker. Looks like they'll go without their big man, Skylar Mitchell, for the possession, Earl. So maybe not a lot of offensive glass if you miss this opportunity.
Leslie will inbound. It comes into Pennington. Pennington, cross court to Dixon.
Good job by J.R. Tackett to come over on Pennington. He wanted to shoot it.
Dixon down inside, and a foul is going to be called, the 7th foul with 1:05 remaining in the ball game.
I believe that's number 3 on Con. Now Dixon going to the line to try to cut into this lead with the clock arrested.
60-57. First one is up. It's good by Dixon. He will have another one.
13 points in the contest for Tyler. If he hits this one, Earl, it enables Leslie to set up the full court pressure.
He does so. It's 60-59. Leslie County has cut it down to 1. Tackett with a basketball.
Floyd Central beats the pressure, Earl. They need to keep attacking, in my mind.
They nearly lose it. They do pick it back up. Tackett with it, down to 50 seconds. Inside to Kahn, strapped away. Picked up by Smith of Leslie County. Down to 44 seconds. Up top of the key is going to be Whitaker. Will Leslie hold for the final one or just take what's available?
Oh, great spacing here, Earl.
Deflected ball by Floyd Central. 33.6 seconds remaining.
Great action from the Morton C. Combs Athletic Complex.
60-59. Well, as it's always been said, you go for the win on the road. Both teams on the road.
Yeah.
So timeout going to be called by the Eagles, and Coach Day is going to talk about it. with his Eagles a full timeout. That is the final timeout for Leslie County.
You know, Earl, I'm not sure who made the block on Kahn underneath the bucket, but it was a great play by Leslie County. Big Brady Kahn was lonesome on the inside. Some real hustle enables, and that was Darren Whitaker, I'm being told, with a great block. Man, not only is he a leading scorer in the game for you, playing the point guard role, but he comes in and knocks the ball away when the big guy Brady Kahn had the chance to put his team up here, Earl, and maybe ice the game. So we get to look there at Coach Kevin Spurlock. Sort of wonder here, Earl, do you play man, do you play zone? When you got the ball underneath the bucket, the opponent's bucket, if you play man and they run some tough picks on you, you can get caught with an open deal. A lot of times in the old days, everybody played zone on the inbounds. Of course, these days, coaches working at it so hard, they have the help defense, and they'll play man, but wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Spurlock go to zone. And, of course, that zone opens up an opportunity for Whitaker or Pennington to get free behind the arc.
We'll see what they elect to do, as Smith will be putting the ball in play.
It's like they're going man, Earl.
Colin Smith gets it into Dixon. Dixon with the basketball. Up top and to the hands of Whitaker. Leslie County out of timeouts. They get the ball to Hoskins. Clock down to 20. Back over into the hands of Whitaker now. Clock to 16.
Remember, Leslie County is in the bonus, 1-1 if they are fouled.
Clock is down to 8 seconds. Whitaker down to 6. Whitaker underneath comes to Dixon. Dixon to Pennington. Open corner three, no good. Rebound out of bounds with 0.5 of a second. Floyd Central will get it. And the Jags could hang on to get their first ever victory in the Mountain Classic, 60-59 with 0.5 of a second. And if you're Leslie County, the only thing you could hope for, Jam, is to just intercept it and whiz it.
Yeah, but
that's it.
You know, I tell you, Earl, I got to tip my hat to those guys right there. Daniel Day and his coaching staff, they got a great look. They've been behind in this game. It's kind of been getting up over that hill. And I think both of us kind of thought when Floyd Central opened up the 8-point lead in this quarter, maybe Leslie couldn't come back. No way, man. Those Eagles came flying back at the Jaguars, got the great shot. Cullen Pennington with 11 points. He's got 3 3-pointers. The senior coming off the bench. If he hits that, he's the hero. But I will say this, he is the Subway sub of the game. What an effort by number 25.
Oh, I agree with you. Daniel Day and the company have done a phenomenal job coaching, and a great comeback by the Eagles once again, and nothing to be ashamed of, Jim.
No, it's not. But now, you know, Earl, in our opening girls game, when we had Leslie County and North Laurel, Leslie County actually had the lead by 2 with 1.5 to play. Threw the ball out of bounds. They were inbounding underneath the North Laurel bucket, threw it out of bounds. It wasn't touched. North Laurel was able to get a bucket with 1.5 remaining on a lob pass to tie it up. So you've got to throw this ball long.
Yep.
You cannot inbound it to anybody cutting underneath the basket. You have to throw it long, take your chance.
It's intercepted, and they're not going to get the shot off, but an interception by Smith. And
great game.
60-59, what a game, as Floyd Central will get their first ever Mountain Classic victory over Leslie County. They'll move on to the second semifinal on Friday night to take on the winner of Clay County and Perry Central.
Great action at the Mountain Classic. Floyd Central wins it 60-59 over Leslie County to advance to Final Four Friday night of the Mountain Classic. But our Subway sub of the game comes from Leslie County senior Cullen Pennington. Young man scored 11 points coming off the bench, including 3 big three-pointers. Coach Daniel Day and his squad ran a great play at the end of the game. Cullen launched it, looked good all the way, just bounces off. And the Leslie County Eagles come up just short. But what a great effort from both of these teams. Floyd Central moves their record up to 4-0 on the year. They're one of the few teams that have played that many games. Leslie County falls to 2-1. Let's recap the individual scoring. First for the Leslie County Eagles. They were led by Darren Whitaker's 22 points, 14 for Tyler Dixon, and 11 for our Subway sub of the game, Cullen Pennington. 5 points went to Colin Smith, 3 points to Chase Adams, and 2 each for Skylar Mitchell and Nick Hoskins. For the Floyd Central Jaguars, Region 15, District 58. Been a while since a 15th region team has advanced to the semifinals of the Mountain Classic. Floyd Central Jaguars do it on the maiden voyage, and they had some good balance in scoring with 4 players in double figures. J.R. Tackett with 18, Brady Kahn, the big guy on the inside, with 17, 11 to Ethan Smith-Mills, and 10 points to Kyle Isaac, 4 points for Jake Collins. And that's it. We'll take a break right now, and then we'll return with more. You'll see interviews and everything from the Mountain Classic at the Morton C. Combs Athletic Complex.
Folks, we are here with the Leslie County Eagles Mountain Classic postgame. You guys fall 1 point to the Floyd Central Jaguars. Coach Day, tell us a little bit about what you learned from your team in this game.
No moral victories. Never any moral victories. These kids are fighters. They've fought to get this program back to being able to be invited to WYMT. And they're a blue-collar bunch that's got better every game together. It's the first time in 4 years we've got everybody healthy. We grew a lot again tonight. Still got ways to go, but I got an unselfish ball club that will play people's tails off.
Let's go through this last sequence a little bit. You guys pick up a big block on the defensive end of the ball, come up, set up a play, and then Mr. Pennington, you get a shot for the game from the corner there. Run us through that play really quick.
Well, Darren had a good shot, and then he dumped down as Dixon, which right there in the baseline. That's his shot. He's good at that shot. And then he had about 3 drop down on him, and he kicked it out. And as a guy closed out on me, and he just came real close from blocking me, so I had to just get it off, and it was short.
A little bit short, Mr. Whitaker. Tell us a little bit about the physicality. This was a pretty physical game. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, what can I say? They're a very physical ball club, very good ball club. I have to give 23 his props. He really played me good on defense when he came out just on the switches. And honestly, I mean, they were just better than us tonight. More physical and stuff like that.
And Coach, talk to us a little bit. He mentions the big man. He seemed like he was a matchup issue for you guys. And whenever you would seem to go on a run, he seemed like he kind of anchored them down.
Yeah, there's a couple that got some big offensive rebounds. I just told our kids, I said, guys, if we'll go up just once, if we can take this lead one time in the fourth quarter, we'll win this thing. Because, I mean, number 3 team in the mountains, I'm going against a team that was ranked by the coaches number 7 in our region. So, I mean, pressure is on them. These kids, they got heart for days. They boxed out 23. He got some boards, went over their back some. It is what it is. We got to box out better. But he's a fighter. He's a player. But my kids ain't going to back down from nobody.
And it's not the end for you guys in Mountain Classic. Game coming up, you're going to play either Perry Central or Clay County, 2 teams with a lot of history here in the Mountain Classic. What do you think about a possible matchup with either one of those teams?
Perry Central, if we play them tonight, we'll play them again next week. We'll play them back-to-back nights. But if we play Clay, I mean, we played Clay last year, split with them. We beat them at home. They beat us at their place. So we know them a little bit, know both ball clubs. It'll be the same way. This is a physical game. You play those guys, you better be ready to strap them up too and be ready to go. So one way or another, we'll have to we got this one out of the way. They beat us. We're ready to play tomorrow.
Well, thank you guys. Best of luck the rest of the season. We will be right back with the Floyd Central Jaguars.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Folks, we're here with the Floyd Central Jaguars picking up a big win in the Mountain Classic. First win in the Mountain Classic in the history of the program. And Coach Spurlock, you are no stranger to this tournament. Tell us a little bit about what it means to pick up this win in the Mountain Classic.
Well, I just want my team to get this experience. You know, we've not really played in this type of atmosphere as a team, as players, and this gives you kind of a regional championship tournament atmosphere. And I thought it was really big for our kids to get to play in it, and I think it's real big we get a win. And that was one of our goals early, was to get to the Friday night at the Mountain Classic so we can be a part of this atmosphere and be a part of that competition. So we were lucky enough and blessed enough to get out with a win tonight.
What did you learn about your team in this game?
I learned that Leslie was a lot more prepared. They out-coached us, and they out-executed us, and hats off to Coach Day and his staff. They did a great job, and his kids did everything they had to do. Our team, we didn't execute. We made turnovers. We didn't close out properly. I didn't do a good job with our scouting, and I just think we're lucky to get a win. But at the same time, we made the plays we had to get that win toward the end of the game. So I'm happy for that. But I hope that we can learn from it and say we've got to pick our game up. If you're going to win this tournament, you can't play those type of games because you don't get those kind of breaks every night.
It seemed that in this game when Leslie kept trying to break loose, but Mr. Kahn, you kind of anchored the team down, picked up some big rebounds. Tell us a little bit about what you were able to do in this game.
Well, I mean, I couldn't do it without these guys, so I mean, I just tried to play some good defense and get good rebounds and try to score the ball just the best I could and try to get a win.
J.R. Taggett, tell us a little bit about the physical nature of this game. There's a lot of guys going a lot of different directions, a lot of hands flying. Tell us a little bit about what it's like playing in a game like this type of atmosphere.
It's a different type than like just an exhibition game. The whole week, coach was preaching to us big boy ball, and I thought we was prepared, but we just made bad plays at the wrong time. Really couldn't put it away.
And next up for you guys will play the winner of the next game, Perry Central, Clay County Tigers. Coach Spurlock, teams you're really familiar with, and teams that got a lot of history in the mountains and this tournament. Anything stand out about these next a possible matchup with either of those teams?
Yeah, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard. They're, like you said, they're a powerhouse in the mountains, and Clay's built back up. You know, they were down the last couple of years, but they built back up now, and they've got a strong team, and we know how strong Perry is. We had played them last week, and I think that they're two of the better teams in the mountains. And I think it's going to be a great game here tonight. Either way, Friday night, we're going to have a tough game, and we're going to have to come out and really execute to put ourselves in a chance to win against those two teams. But at the same time, we're looking forward to it because it's atmosphere you just can't match in the regular season. You can't match it in practice. Only one place you can match that's right here in the Mountain Classic. And we talked all week about the magic of the Mountain Classic weekend, and we're a part of it, and we hope we get to make a little magic.
Well, best of luck to you guys in the semifinals, and for you folks at home, we will be right back with Perry Central versus Clay County.
2 games down, 1 more to go. The Kentucky Farm Bureau between the games. One boys quarterfinal game is in the books tonight, night number 3 of the Mountain Classic. Floyd Central, a thriller over Leslie County, 60-59, and the Jaguars will play the winner of this nightcap. Arguably 2 of the more tradition-rich programs when it comes to Mountain Classic history, the Clay County Tigers and the Perry County Central Commodores. Jim Frazier, Josh McKinney, a couple of Floyd County boys on hand to bring you the nightcap tonight. After tonight, Jim, the semis will be set for the boys. The championship is already set for the girls for Saturday night. We've seen one good game already on the boys' side this evening. This one on paper looks like we might be in for another good one.
Well, I think so, Josh. And, you know, Final Four Friday night at the Mountain Classic is my favorite night in sports.
I compare it to when the state championship semis and championship were on the same day on Saturday.
Right.
I compare semifinal Friday for the Mountain Classic to championship Saturday in the Sweet 16.
I tell you, it's just a special, special atmosphere. And you talk about both of these teams. I don't want to put the pressure on you because you're the man who knows the stats, you and Brian Milam, in this deal immediately. But Clay County and Perry Central, I know Clay County won the first 7 Mountain Classics that we had, and certainly Perry Central's been in the winner's circle a number of times as well, and Shannon Hoskins has gotten them there.
He's gotten Perry Central there, and he got Clay County there as a player, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
So I think you can chalk him up. Robert Markham, former Clay County coach, and that might be it as far as people to win as a player and as a head coach. We have to go back and check. We'll call Brian up this weekend.
Right.
But yeah, Clay County, they lead the Mountain Classic in appearances with 25, wins with 45, and championships with 9. So, I mean, it was back in the day, it was called the Clay County Invitational. On the flip side, nobody in Classic history has won a higher percentage of games than the Commodores.
You know, I agree with that. I mean, they have really been successful. Of course, when they first became a school, Al Holland was the coach there and got to the winner's circle a number of times. Of course, Kevin Spurlock, who just won with Floyd Central to punch their ticket to the Final Four. He won as a head coach at Perry Central with Justin Johnson and Braxton Beverly, and we've seen those guys on ESPN the last few days.
Division I level. Now, I don't know if there's anybody on the court that could play Division I, but you look at Perry County Central, they've won the last 2 Mountain Classics, the first team in quite some time to do so. But you look at what they've lost. There's no more Damon Tobler. There's no more Austin Hill from the outside. There's no more Prince. There's no more Iggy. In fact, they lost 42.6 points per game, 27.4 rebounds per game, and they lost almost 53% field goal shooting from the floor. You know, and that's a lot to replace.
That is, and I think really the heart of Damon Tobler, who was our MVP last year.
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years, two-year MVP. The heart of that young man, he simply willed them to the victory every single time he took the court. So they've missed those things, but I think Shannon Hoskins has the ability to get them in the circle again.
I think down the road, I think they're going to be okay. I saw them. They played Floyd Central at Floyd Central just last week, and it was an 8-point game, 58-50. And one thing you saw, now they've got some talent. Noah Back's back, one of the better shooters in all of Eastern Kentucky, but they don't have that Damon to give the ball to when they need a bucket. And that's what they're really missing at this point in the season. Now, if this tournament, the way it was before in January, it'd be a little bit of a different story. It'd give them about a month to find somebody.
Right.
But now in December, it makes things a little bit more even.
Yeah, it really does. And they do have a lot of athleticism, though, in the guard play. They've got guys that can get to the bucket and not just finish, but dunk that thing on you. So they do have that type of size out in the front court for Clay County, of course, a team that is so very young. But in talking with a lot of those guys, and Coach Glenn Gray, he's got a great freshman class. He's got a great sophomore class. I think pretty much primarily most of this team, freshmen and sophomores, and we'll sort of see how that plays out with the inexperience that those guys have.
We are about 4.5 minutes away from tip-off in the nightcap between the Perry County Central Commodores and the Clay County Tigers. Should be a good one. Both teams a lot of history when it comes to playing in the Mountain Classic. Your lineups and tip-off are coming up momentarily. The 31st annual WYMT Wayne Supply Mountain Basketball Classic presented by Food City and sponsored by your local Kentucky Farm Bureau agent. There you see the Tigers of Clay County High School as they prepare to take on the two-time defending Mountain Classic champion Perry County Central Commodores. Head coach, as you mentioned, Jim Frazier, by Glenn Grays. In his second season, 19-14 overall. Now, the last time they won the tournament, they got 9 championships altogether, was 2011, coached by Robert Markham at the time. However, since that 2011 appearance, they've only gone 4-7 in this tournament. Now, that 2011 class was a really good one for Clay County, but they've not really had the type of success you would expect from the Tigers in this tournament since then, 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's just kind of been a little bit of a rebuilding mode for Clay County over the years, but everyone you talk to from there excited about this group right here. Now, you see number 33 taking some shots, Ryan Rogers. He's going to be the leading scorer for this team, kind of the bell cow that they're going to follow. He's the senior, but really not a lot of senior input for Clay County, mostly freshmen and sophomores. And looking forward, Josh, to punching that final ticket to Final Four Friday night in the Mountain Classic. You talked about the girls' championship is already set, and you see number 24 there for Perry Central, Noah Back, one of the premier shooters that we've ever had in the Mountain Classic. I can remember he is a 7th grader hitting shot after shot. Ken Fugit, our PA announcer here, looked at me and said, that boy's not just a shooter, he's a maker. And that's what the young man has done throughout his career at Perry Central. Seems like he's been there forever.
Kind of like Braxton Beverly. He transferred out, but he played as a 7th grader.
Yep.
Did very well for the Commodores in his middle school days.
Yep.
But it should be a very good game. And we talk about the success of Clay County. Here's the starting lineups. Here's PA announcer Ken Fugit.
For the starting lineups, first for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Tigers of Clay County. At forward, number 33, Ryan Rogers. At forward, number 32, Zach Bingham. At guard, number 23, Jacob Begley. At guard, number 5, Connor Robinson. And at guard, the 0, Jacob Curry. Clay County's coached by Glenn Gray. In the home team on the scoreboard, the Commodores of Perry County Central. At forward, number 2, Chandler Caudle. At guard, number 3, Richard Cornick. At guard, number 24, Noah Back. At forward, number 33, Jacob Willem. And at center, number 45, Sam Turner. The Commodores are coached by Coach Shannon Hoskins. Our officials for tonight, Tyrone Fields, Mike Melton, and Mike Ashurst.
And PA announcer Ken Fugit, with his always outstanding job, sets the table for us. Clay County coming in with a record of 2 wins against 1 defeat. Perry Central 0-1 on the year, where they lost on the road to the team that just won prior, the Floyd Central Jaguars. They lose that one 58-50. They're 0-1 on the season, and now we'll have the officials move in, get ready to throw this one up, and with the play-by-play of this last opening round game, Mr. Josh McKinney.
Thank you, Jim Frazier. Tap controlled by Perry Central, and quickly up off the glass and in, and a foul. Chandler Caudle. 4 seconds in, the Commodores are on the board, and the senior guard will have a chance at a 3-point play. Talk about a quick start.
Yeah, we talked about what they lost, but what they still have is that athleticism at the guard position, and you saw Chandler there. He can elevate. We saw him in the district and regional last year doing some games, Josh, and I tell you, the young man can really get to the rack. It's like man-to-man here for Perry Central.
Caudle's going to be guarding Connor Robinson the entire length of the court. Down low to Rogers. Kicks it back out to Jacob Begley. Here's a 3 from Jacob Curry. drains it, and we're tied at 3.
Just an outstanding young team here that Glen Gray has from Clay County. Do they have the experience to stay with a Perry Central team that's really comfortable in big game action?
Three-pointer is no good, off the mark for Richard Cornett. Rebound comes down to Rogers of Clay County. Quickly the other way. Here's Begley. Down low to Rogers. Bumps up off the glass, in with the left hand, and boy, nice move by Ryan Rogers. He leads the team in scoring and rebounding, and he's going to be big tonight, especially going up against the big Sam Turner.
Yeah, really. Got him down there, got comfortable on that low block. He's the left-hander, and, of course, left-hander's difficult to guard in the post.
Nice ball movement back, a three-pointer. Got it.
Now, that young man, to borrow Ken Fugit's phrase, he's not just a shooter, he's a maker, and that one goes in. You know, I'm not sure who holds the record for three-pointers. I'm putting all the pressure on you in the Mountain Classic. But I tell you, that kid is going to be close to the finish, close to the title when he's finished.
Shot blocked. That was Connor Robinson, blocked by Turner. Quickly the other way, Cottle. Floater is good. Well, Cameron Justice is the all-time three-point leader in the state, and he played in this tournament for 4 years. So I would say he's probably a safe bet to guess on the three-point leader in this tournament. 8-5 lead. Commodores on top of the Clay County Tigers. 2 minutes into this first quarter. Rogers, another left-handed shot off the glass and in.
Beautiful assist, Josh. Taking the ball right at the defense and getting it to your big guy, Ryan Rogers, getting that big guy going. I always like to do that, Josh. Get the big guy involved in the action early.
Cornett, a nifty left-handed shot. No, Turner, well, he boxed out with one arm and got the rebound with the other.
Yeah.
Foul will be on Clay County's Jacob Curry. We've talked about the youth of this Clay County team. They start a freshman, 2 sophomores, a junior, and big Ryan Rogers is their only senior starter. So they've got some youth, but they've got some talent. One of those freshmen, Connor Robinson, averaging a nifty 19 a game.
No, Josh, I'm not sure what's up with this. How come we don't have somebody down in the lane to rebound if you're Perry?
That's very interesting.
I mean, I know he hit the shot, but I'm not sure if that's maybe one of the things that coaches are doing these days, maybe a coaching clinic type deal. But
unless that's something where maybe they don't have the horses to run full court. I mean, because Clay County has shown already the first couple of minutes that they are a very kind of up-tempo pace team.
Yeah.
Mini hook shot, no good by Rogers. Rebound cleared by Woolham.
Whoa.
And ball still in bounds, will be out of bounds to Perry County Central. Nice effort, though, on the part of Jacob Curry. 9-7 Commodores, 5:15 to play first quarter. 3 of the 4 semifinal slots are set, one team each from the 13th, 14th, and 15th regions.
Really shadowing over on back.
Nice look down low to Turner, matched up by Rogers, puts it up, no. Excellent defense by Ryan Rogers on Sam Turner.
Big guys getting in the action early with some feeds in the post.
Crossover, Curry up and no good. A rebound by Rogers, spins on Turner, left-handed hook shot, bounces off, no. Rebound to Woolham.
Perry wants to run it. Of course, Shannon Hoskins, he loves to see his team score.
Lapse in the defense, and Cornett takes advantage, the floater in the paint. He saw some space. Clay County didn't notice. Cornett with the floater from the top of the key. Lead out to 4 for the Commodores, 11-7. Robinson, nice dish off to Rogers off the glass and in for 2. Boy, that was pretty.
Connor Robinson is a player who can score the ball as well, unselfishly gets it to his big guy, cuts into the Perry Central lead. Clay trying to go with Perry man-to-man here.
Woolham, left-handed floater at the other end, drops in for 2. Anything you can do, I can do better.
They've got a lot of athleticism, Josh, in their guard and forward positions.
And it's interesting to see the half-court defenses for both teams. Perry Central, they're kind of lagging back, really daring Clay County to come inside. Clay County on the other end, they're playing extended. They don't want Perry Central to shoot the ball from the outside. So it's man-to-man half court, but differing styles of man-to-man in the half court.
See what number 5 Connor Robinson does here.
Tried to dish it off, taken away by Woolham. 2-on-2. And they're going to slow it up. Turner, and he traveled in the paint. And that's going to bring us to a timeout. 13-9. Perry County Central on top by 4 early over Clay County. The final quarterfinal match of the Mountain Classic from Knott County Central High School. Clay County basketball out of the timeout off the Perry County Central turnover. 13-9 your score. Of those 9 Clay County points, Ryan Rogers has 6. He's averaging 19.7 on the season. Kenyon Combs into the Tiger lineup out of that dead ball. Rogers shuffles it off to Jacob Curry. Back to Rogers, top of the key, off to Jacob Begley. And they're trying to find that matchup on that man-to-man defense.
Well, they brought Rogers up to the high post. Now they'll shift him to the low post.
Connor Robinson, the floater in the paint is good. And you know what, Jim? I heard Glenn Gray in the Clay County huddle look right at Connor Robinson and say, they can't guard you on the drive. And he didn't drive. He kind of cut toward the middle, but he wasn't guarded. Here comes Clay County off the block. Robinson, he's going to be blocked by Richard Cornett, but they're going to get the foul on number 3, and Connor Robinson will go to the line. He's got 2 points. He's going to look to add to his 2-point total.
Got great instincts. So on that last trip when he got his first bucket, they fed Ryan Rogers on the low post. He was able to find Connor after the double team came to him.
Number 20, Connor Farmer.
72% free throw shooter, misses the first one, does Robinson. Connor Farmer into the game, another freshman guard for Clay County.
Got that familiar last name, Josh.
That's like royalty in Manchester, isn't it?
It really is. Russ's baby boy out there on the court, and looks like he's going to draw the assignment on Noah back. So
good luck, Farmer.
Yeah, good luck.
Not many people have succeeded in that calling.
Looks like they're playing a little 4, sort of a boxing 1 chaser here.
Woolham with the 3, rattles off, no good, out of bounds. Will stay with the Commodores. And you say a boxing 1, but they've got 3 along the baseline and only 1 up top. And that 1 up top is Jacob Curry. So I don't know. It's a boxing 1 principle, but it's not really a boxing 1 look. Does that make sense?
Well, it sort of was, but as the ball falls down to the bottom, then you wind up sort of getting out of position. That's why they didn't come up with the rebound.
Cornett no good on the 3, and Kenyon Combs was there for the board, but mistimed his jump, and Noah Cottle into the game, gets the putback for Perry Central. Commodores again with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, you play those gimmick defenses, Josh, and you get a little bit out of whack with ball movement, tough to rebound.
There's Kenyon Combs with the offensive board. Can't get the putback, but it is more than evident that Ryan Rogers is the focal point of this Clay County offense.
Yeah, everything comes off him. They can bring him to the high post, do some rubs off him, and if the guy gets free, that's great. Otherwise, he finds his way to the low block. And he's awfully good at passing out of the double team. We always want to see those big guys, Josh, with good hands. Makes up for a lot of situations that might be a little bit of the lesser variety. If you've got those good hands in the big guy, when the double team comes to them, they're so easily able to pass out of that double team and find an open teammate.
With so many inside shots, it's no wonder the Tigers are shooting 52% from the field in the early going this season. Another substitute into the game, big Evan Langdon, the sophomore forward, number 15. Kenyon Combs takes a seat on the Clay County bench. Cornet in the corner inside, dangerous pass, and it falls for Perry Central's Noah Cottle. Boy, the pass was dangerous, but the result is to the liking of the Commodore fans.
Not able to get the ball to back, so the other players work free. Get some big buckets.
Langdon down low to Rogers. Turns on Cottle, gets the bucket and the foul. Boy, Ryan Rogers just overpowered Noah Cottle that time. There's nothing else to that one.
Yeah, you've got to get over and at least play that halfway. You can't, as a defensive player, allow him to get that touch with that big body that deep. So going to have to try to front, force them to throw it over you, lob it over you, or at least play it halfway to make the entry feed more difficult.
Free throw, no good. Commodores running. Here's back in transition. Well, he's got off 2 shots. He's made them both, and they're both threes.
I'll go back to my man Ken Fugit. That boy is not a shooter. He is a maker.
20-15, Commodores by 5. Rogers pounding that dribble, turns, left-handed hook shot, missed it too strong. Back with the defensive board for Perry. Leading the charge and has it stolen away and stolen right back by Richard Cornet. Cornet amongst 3 defenders and a charge call. We'll send it back the other way.
Great job there. Clay County hustles back, draws the charge. Got to have good defensive position there and see the young man kind of limping a little bit. I believe he took a shot right to the knee. Let's take a look here at our Harlan County Tourism instant replay. And I think you're going to see maybe more than knees bang against one another. Look like knees into the chest, but the young man does seem to have a little bit of a knee problem.
Boy, charge aside, the English on that shot by Richard Cornet.
Oh, yeah.
Amongst 3 defenders.
Yeah, I thought it was in.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. See where they bring Rogers to that high post and rub off.
Begley, the long-range 2 won't go. Rebound cleared by Jacob Woolham. As Zach Bingham is back into the game for Clay County. 40 seconds to play opening quarter. Commodores with a 5-point lead, 20-15.
Got to try and overplay everything. Ball knocked away. We're going to have I believe Perry's going to do a 30-second here, Josh. Try to get a good shot. You see him leading by 5 here. Shannon Hoskins, of course, played for Clay County, played for the legend Bobby Keith. He's the most valuable player in this tournament. You see him designing the play. I'm going to guess that the play has number 24 involved.
Somehow, I think so. But you know, it's not really been just Noah back in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Chandler Cottle's got 5 points. Noah Cottle off the bench has 4 points. Richard Cornet, he's only got 2, but he's played really well. He's had a couple of good looks at it.
Yep.
But I think 24, at least until they find someone else with the absence of what they graduated, a lot of what they do is going to go through back.
Yep. That looks like maybe they've switched off of this. Nobody's guarding back on a 1-to-1. They're going straight zone here, looks to me like. I'm trying to find 24.
On the drive, up and in is Dylan Cheney. 20 seconds on the clock. Perry up by 7 here in the first quarter. And Clay County will play for the final shot going into the second.
When they move Rogers to the high post, they don't have much offensive rebounding, Josh.
Rogers turns and blocked by Woolham. Blocked again. This time by Noah Cottle. And boy, that's what Cottle has done, is provide some help down low for Woolham, who, for all of his efforts, has just been simply overmatched by Ryan Rogers.
Yeah, he really has. Rogers does a great job making that wide body a good target for an entry feed. Having a little tough luck from the foul line. Clay County can't do that. They're such good shooters, Josh. Of course, you come here with not quite as much experience. Sometimes the foul shots don't drop, but you really, for them, I think foul shooting going to be a key. Going to have to hit a big percentage, I think, to stay in this one.
Well, as often as they've gone inside, they're going to have to be able to shoot from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Rogers especially.
1 of 3 on the night for Rogers from the foul stripe, 65% on the year. Back in front court quickly, out to Woolham, 3 at the buzzer, got it! And heading to the second, Perry County Central 25, Clay County 16. A fast and furious first quarter of play. The second quarter should be just the same. Commodores a 9-point lead on the Tigers. It's the Mountain Classic on Heroes and Icons and online at WYMT.com.